Hello, and welcome to today's devotional, going through the My Family devotional book. Today is talking about how to teaching our kids to be kind to others. He starts off, I'm mainly going to focus on Monday's Devo. It's all really good, but Monday's was spectacular. So he starts off with Micah 6, verse 8. And in Micah, he's talking about sacrifices, he's talking to the people. He's like, what do you think God really wants from you? Like, do you think it's really all these sacrifices? Do you think like these are really important? But what does God really want from you? And he goes on to say, He has told you, O man, what is good. This is Micah 6:8. He has told you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. And he gives a little definition of the word kindness in the Hebrew language. Um, as a loyal love that manifests itself not in emotion but in action. And the two key parts of that are loyalty and action. And that kind of Hebrew word is it's very broad. But those two words, loyalty and action, are big on giving a picture of what that word means. And even in if you go back to the etymology of our own kindness, the word we use for kind, if you're into that kind of stuff, comes from an old Germanic word that talks about the loyalty that you have to family members. And so that our word kindness that we use comes from this picture of the loyalty and the care that you're supposed to have for your own family, which is why the word kin is in kindness. Um, and so there's this element of loyalty um, and action that are involved in that word. And so, how do we teach our kids to be kind to others? How do we teach our kids to look out um, and to spread kindness, loyalty, love, and action to the people that are around us? He has some really good stuff in here. Um, but first off, it starts with an example. He says in the fourth paragraph, they need someone to teach them how to develop a heartbeat of kindness. I thought that was a really cool line. How can we teach our kids to develop a heartbeat of kindness? And the most important way is they're going to have to see it in our lives. They're going to have to see us looking out for the people around us as if they're family in some sense, showing a loyalty to them, even though they're not our family. They we don't even know them maybe, but we're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna treat you as if you're one of my own, or I'm gonna treat you the same way that I would want to be treated, which sounds like a Bible phrase. So they're gonna have to see that in our lives, first of all. But how is this possible? Hey, I'm gonna read the last paragraph he has because it's really good. Shaping and nurturing a child's heart to be kind requires an intentional focus on cultivating the spirit of kindness within their core being, not just on outward actions. It's planting a seed of awareness of others and their needs. It's planting the seed of confidence in who they are as God's creation. It's planting the seed of being thankful for the blessing that God bestows upon them. The result will be a heart firmly planted in the rich soil of kindness. Really good paragraph that he leaves off with. Um, one person who tried to teach this to a lot of people was a guy named Fred Rogers. And I have a little Fred Rogers quote on my desk. Um, says, if you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never even dream of, there is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. And so Fred Rogers is trying to get people to realize, like, you are important, um, not only in who you are, but in how you treat one another. The way that you treat people, even the people you just barely walk by and don't even have a huge conversation with, you have an impact on the people that you meet. And helping our kids realize that is going to be huge. Helping them realize that when they go to school, when they go to church, when they go hang out with their friends, um, there is something of yourself that Friedrich said that you leave at every meeting with another person. And what if every meeting we had with another person, they came away and said, man, um, that person is kind. And that's not a super in depth, a super um, flamboyant word, maybe, but um, it's one that if people looked at me and that's the first word they thought of, I would be pretty happy. Uh, so, how can we develop a heartbeat of kindness within our children? Um, First off, it's helping them realize what kindness is, um, showing that in our own lives, in the lives of us and as a family, and two, getting them to realize that this is an ongoing effort. Like we're always not only called to show kindness, but either showing kindness or not showing kindness, and we need to be aware of that. He has some other really good stuff about kindness throughout the rest of the week, but I thought that that first Monday page was really, really good, so I kind of want to focus on that. But read the rest of it. He gives on Friday some really practical, like, hey, here's how you can really make this practical in your lives and for your families. So be sure to read that. Tonight we're having our August conversations with Robert Hatfield, so hopefully you can come and join as we talk to him and continue our August conversations for the rest of the month. If there's anything you need, just let us know.